Okay, day 8. I did manage to meditate for around about an hour, but again, I fell asleep. Um, Maybe it's the position I'm meditating in because I do have my back supported, which means I can kind of drop off. But I would say I was conscious for about 45 minutes of it. And also, I was meditating as I was walking around and in between things as well. So it's probably more than an hour, or maybe an hour of being actually awake and conscious. Um, I had to pay a car parking fine today, and the fine was quite a steep one, and it was for parking outside my own house, but not having the right piece of paper in the windshield. And I'm still there's a bit of annoyance still hanging over, but I used the process on that, and I was furious, and I kind of almost cried with frustration as well because. When I thought about it, I was like, hold on a minute, that parking fine is pretty much, because I work as a teacher a couple of days a week, it's pretty much a day's pay. Almost, not quite, but more or less a whole day's work went on that parking fine. So, again, some annoyance there. Wow. I love that I'm annoyed about that. I love that I'm annoyed by that because it feels like an injustice. I love that I feel like there's an injustice being done. I love there's an anger in me. I love that energy's in me. I love that I can let it go as well. Because it kind of led me on to things about financial worth and things like that, and letting go of a story about what I deserve to have financially. You know, okay, I mean, let's talk about being a teacher. I mean, God, teachers work so hard. And I guess if you compare some teaching salaries to, other jobs, but you go, okay, well, I mean, it's not too bad. You get the holidays, but I think anyway. I mean, I guess this isn't about teaching salaries, but I don't think teachers are recognised enough. They're just not. We're not. I mean, we've had a pay freeze for how many years? What, 5 years now, in real terms. So I guess I was glad that I do. I am better. I'm. I am. Oh God, it's even hard to say. So there's something to work on. It's really hard for me to say this. Is that some of the work I do is more highly valued financially. And strangely enough, as well, people seem to value it more for in other ways as well. So I'm kind of talking about the therapy work I do. All right, so those are the kind of things that have come up. But I was in Ali Pali, so I had to go and do some stuff around there, and I was walking Santina, and then I was doing the meditation, and then I had this idea of being a eternal being, having lived many, many lifetimes, endless lifetimes. So being this eternal being, and I kind of started laughing out loud, thinking, how many lifetimes have you lived? And I was talking to Santina and saying, how many lifetimes have we known each other? And what is it that I think I've got to get right? Like, I guess many of us are not beginners, not really. It's just because we take on this story, this ego, this I, this identity, we feel like we're finite beings, because that story is finite. It begins and it ends, So it's interesting, this process is giving me some sense of what's beyond what my mind's producing in terms of the thoughts my mind's producing, because just that I can say my mind and I can recognize thoughts, I can witness them, means that I am the witness. I am the I am that's witnessing. I mean, this kind of language you hear when you're listening to teachers who teach non-dualism, and it's kind of, you know, when you're hearing it, it's kind of, what is that? What is that? So the way to experience it is to do the work, is to try this loving kindness meditation. I love that I have these thoughts. I love that I have these problems because, and then, you know, you find the reason to love them, and as you bring love to the thoughts, then they're free to be what they are, and they're free to go if they wish, or they're free to stay around. It doesn't really matter. Imagine if I'm just imagining being okay with whatever I'm thinking, and I think that would be very, very powerful. Sort of non-attachment, as the Buddhists, you know, talk about it. It's not that you don't care. It's just you're not attached to the outcomes. There's an identification with something eternal, something that's bigger than the thoughts, something that's bigger than what the mind produces, bigger than the mind. The essential self. It's kind of ironic, isn't it, that I've got my website is Find Yourself Therapy, and I guess that's what I've been working on that for what, I don't know, what, 17, 18, 19 years, possibly longer, I don't know. Anyway, so day 8, and you know, I'm really enjoying this. I've put these videos up on my YouTube channel. I don't promote my YouTube channel, and I don't imagine anybody's going to watch these. But if you are watching, then, you know, maybe consider your own 100-day challenge. Actually, I think it's a really worthwhile thing to do. Okay, that's all for now. Okay, bye.